Happy Sunday night, everybody. I hope you guys are all doing well. Okay, it's been a busy week and I haven't been doing as many live projects as I want to, but I hope you guys are catching me tonight. Let me know how you're doing. How's your weekend been so far? We had a great workshop yesterday with a group of ladies that were like a lot of first-time chalkers. It was pretty amazing to see how well they did and all the different ideas that they came up with. It was really super fun. So if any of you guys are watching from yesterday, awesome job. It was a pleasure being with you guys and seeing all of your porch signs that you guys were so awesome in creating. I am gonna do some projects with this guy here. So maybe you haven't heard yet. If you've been watching, hi Denise, how's your weekend been? Did you get any of these guys? I'm so excited that these came back out. So for those of you who haven't seen any of the posts, these advent calendar bundles came out again, and I was waiting for them to come out. We had them last year and they were so much fun. Everyone loved them, so I was hoping that they would come out again, and thankfully they did. So we're going to be doing some projects with this guy. It's got this awesome magnetic wreath. Mine isn't sticking very hard right now because I've got it on a metal stand and it's kind of throwing it off. Anyways, it's meant to stand. It can stand on its own, and it can be your advent calendar, right? Kind of like a keepsake. And if I can get this right, so there we go. Okay, there we go. My for some reason the magnet I'm using today decided to stop working, but see, and I keep losing it. It doesn't like each other all of a sudden. Okay, maybe I'm using the wrong side. We'll try this again. No, it's just not strong enough, this one that I got. So I bought some magnets from the dollar store to make extra wreaths. And this guy, it was happy for a while. It's not happy anymore. So anyways, the wreath that you get in the kit with the magnet is much stronger. So I would recommend that. And the good thing about this is the kit, it comes with the house frame, it comes with the wreath, and it comes with the transfer to do the whole thing. And maybe if you haven't caught my previous video, you could see how I made this one. And you can choose the paste color you want and add it on. Some of you guys already have a bunch of paste at home. You don't need any more paste. So I like that that is not in the kit, because that way you don't get a bunch of paste that you don't need. You don't have to pay extra for a bundle that includes paste. This has just got what you need, and you can already use the paste that you have, or you can add on paste in whatever colors you want, because maybe you don't want the traditional colors. There's lots of other cool combos out there that you can grab. So you can make it match your decor to what your style is, right? And then once you've made this guy, you can wash and reuse your transfer and make something else. So I'm going to show you a couple other ideas and options. There's some of you I know who've already grabbed these, and so you're going to be creating them at home, and then you can create more, and you can make gifts for people. You can have a family gathering and do a bunch and share this transfer. So all I've got here, I've just got a frame, and it's got glass on the front, and so you can chalk right on the front of that glass, and this is another way that you can reuse the transfer. If you do purchase your chalk paste singles, you're not going to use it all up on this one bundle kit. You're going to have extra left over, so you're going to be able to reuse this transfer with your extra paste on whatever other surface that you want, or add an extra house frame to your surface. If you want to do a big group crafting project, you can just add extra house frames. You can share the transfer. So there's lots of ways to make it work for you and whatever your budget is. So if you guys want one of these, comment Advent, and then I'll help you work out whatever works best for you guys. And then I have got a canvas idea too that you can also use. So I'll show you what I'm doing with the canvas. But first, let's chalk this onto the glass of this frame. It's going to be super quick and easy. I'm going to use some more traditional colors. I've got some black, of course, for the letters, and then some forest green and candy apple red. Those are the colors that I'm going to be using. And it's, you know, now the thing on this that I have found on this frame, it's just a little bit small, so the top of the countdown gets cut off. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to chalk the numbers, and then I'm going to be able to shift the transfer down a little bit just so I can fit all of the words on there. So I'm going to do the numbers first, and going to do that really fast. Just make sure you get the paste pressed through that silk screen transfer. So that it comes through on the other side. Okay, see how fast that was? So we'll pull this guy up. Now, these transfers, they stick really well to a really smooth surface like glass or metal. So you want to just gently pull it up. Gonna need to hold it down because it's really sticky. Okay, so now you can see the letters are left on the glass. And I mean, this frame just came with a white background, which is fine, but you could always toss a piece of scrapbooking paper behind there. Maybe it has a Christmas pattern on it. That would look really cool too. Or you can paint the back of the glass if you want a more solid color that's not white, right? So there's lots of options. Be creative. That's what it's all about. All right, so there's a closer-up look to the numbers of the Advent calendar. So really easy, right? Now, I want to wait a couple minutes for this to dry or speed up the process with my heat gun, which is always nice. Quick and easy, that's how I like to craft. All right, so you can tell when the chalk paste is dry because it has more of a matte finish. It's not shiny. And you can always do the little test. Just tap it gently with your finger, and then you can see if anything comes off on your finger. You can feel if it's dry or not, and then you know that you can keep going. So you want to make sure it's dry before you overlap with your transfer. Otherwise, you're going to smudge the numbers, and that will be no fun. All right, so now I can line this up a little bit more. Another trick that you can do is take the backing of your transfer and put it over top of what you've already done, and that kind of gives an extra layer of protection too. And then we'll just line this up. Make sure it's smooth right down so there's no air bubbles, and it's going to come out really nice, crisp, and clean. I can see there's a little air bubble, so I'm just going to lift this back up and push down from the center to smooth out those air bubbles. All right, so now this is going to fit the whole word on there, and that's how you make it fit a different surface. All right, so we're gonna do some forest and some candy apple. And we'll throw in a little bit of gold as well. That just says Christmas to me. All right, let's do this. Let me know if anyone's watching and you did this last year. I want you to let me know. Let me know you already had this one and that you did it. Because we did quite a few classes last year with this countdown. Some of you bought it to do at home. And it's just a really fast and easy project. You can do it with your kids, and then it's a keepsake that you can put out every year. So I'm going to put a little bit of forest. There's these little leafy details. So see, if you get 3 colors of chalk paste to use, then it's going to go a long way, especially if you're just doing one part, one tiny leaf in that color. All right, and then we'll do this part in gold. There we go. All right, time to peel and reveal. Awesome. It looks all straight. We just bumped that top wording down a little bit to fit, and it's all good. So now you can put your little wreath there, but here's an idea. You don't need to use the wreath. If you're already made this one and you've got the wreath, just think of anything else that you can put a magnet on, and you can create your own little magnet to track the day and move it around. So here's what I came up with. I don't know if you've seen these little containers around. They'll be popping up soon if you haven't seen them around already. They're little mini ornaments. So I found a little star, and that's going to be what I'm using in place of my wreath. So I've glued a magnet on the back, and I've got another magnet here. So let's see if it's strong enough. It should work. Get the right sides. Okay, so if we move it to the 13th, is it gonna work? Let's see. There we go. Now you can move it all around. Ah! Let's try that again. You can move it. Oh, trust me, it works. There. Get the right side of the magnet. Then we go and we move it wherever we want, day to day, and you've got yourself a Christmas countdown advent calendar. So, first project, the second project, then let's do a third project, and that's on a canvas. So, canvas I find a little bit harder to use because the surface isn't completely smooth. So anytime that you're chalking on a surface that isn't really smooth, it's not going to come out quite as clear as you can see here. Some of my numbers kind of bled around the edges a little bit. Now we can fix that up with a little bit of white chalk paste, so it's no big deal, but I just want you to know. And then often, like if this is just a dollar store canvas, then it's not the best quality, right? So if you get a better quality canvas, you're going to have a better result when you're chalking your transfer on it. But, I mean, really, it turned out pretty good. So let me show you how that works. But, of course, we're going to have to clean our transfer first. So I'll show you. Once you've used it, then you're going to have to clean it. And you're just going to get a towel out, or a rag, something that you don't mind. It's got to be, you know, crafting material, something that's not your best towel, because the chalk paste is going to stain it. Now I'm using one of our fuzzing cloths, so you can use one side for cleaning and one side for fuzzing. When you get your transfer the first time you use it, it's ideal to fuzz it on a towel so that it's not so sticky. Otherwise it'll be difficult to pull up from your surface the first couple times that you use it. So we're just cleaning with water. You never clean your transfers with anything except water. Anything that has oils in it, like baby wipes, that's going to damage the transfer, and you don't want to let your transfer soak. I'm gonna have to get more water here. You don't want to let your transfer soak in water for a long time either, because the material of the transfer is going to start to disintegrate. The other thing that I love using is my board eraser. And this is just a beautiful thing to get within all of that silk screen. That's the most important part that you need to get clean, is the inside of the silk screen. If you've got paste sitting in there that dries, then the next time you use your transfer, the paste is not going to come through clearly. It's just going to get stuck because those openings of the silk screen window aren't clear, right? They're plugged up with dried paste. So this, I find, is my favorite way to clean it. Now, if you use it and clean it right away, you can use just a cloth or a rag, and that can work well. But if you've left it for any amount of time, it's harder to get in there with a rag. And then I just like to go over, get rid of all the residue from the chalk paste to clean it, and clean both sides. Definitely important to flip it over and clean both sides. So if you're sharing your transfer, there's several of you making a project, just make sure you clean it well in between. And you can use this 8 to 12 times, often more than that. So now you can see through the silk screen again. There's no chalk paste stuck in there, so it's ready to go for the next project. And we'll get rid of this. And now my hands are a little bit black, so I like to have my baby wipes handy for cleaning my hands off. Or wear some gloves. That's always a good solution as well. So let me know, do you guys have an advent calendar at home? And if so, what is it? We have the advent calendar that we've been using for so long is one that my aunt found and gave us to our family when my kids were really young, and it's a fabric one, and it's sewn with these little pockets with all the numbers, and then there's these little stuffed pieces that go in it, and then you Velcro them each day. You Velcro one of these little shapes, so like there's a palm tree, there's baby Jesus, there's camels, all the scenes of the nativity, and then you Velcro them into these different spots, and every day you create your Christmas scene. So that's been our special advent calendar. Do you guys have anything like that? That's your favorite advent calendar? Now this one is a little bit more up to date, fits with my decor a little bit more, but the one we have, that was just a really fun thing for the little kids when they were young. All right, so now that this is clean and dry, I can put it onto my canvas. So we're going to line it up, and this one just fits. Now, the other thing that you need to do when you're using a canvas, this is really important. Because a canvas is kind of, there's nothing behind it, so it has some give to it, that makes it difficult to chalk. So you need to find a book or roll up a towel or something to have something to really press down on. So I'm just using, you know, this is a palette sign inside here, and it fits in here so that I can just move it around and then get everything chalked, and then it just gives me a nice surface to press against, and the chalk paste is going to go through much better than if it was kind of loose, right? It just bounces back otherwise, and you don't, it just doesn't come out as well. So I've got that pressed down in there, and we can get to chalking this one as well. Let's see, okay, make sure there are no air bubbles in there and that we're just pressed down really well. All right. Let's get that chalk on there. A little bit more. All right. Now, if you're a first-time chalker, sometimes it helps just to peel up the section that you've already done, then gently lay it back down in exactly as it was, and that way as you keep going to the next section, the chalk paste won't dry. If you leave it for too long and then pull up your transfer after the chalk paste has started to dry, it's going to get stuck in the silk screen, and it will pull up. When you pull up the transfer, it won't stay on the canvas. So I like to do that paste and peel method. Now I'm just going to gently press down on the area that I still need to do, and then I can chalk that part. All right, so this is how it looks so far, and then let's pull this section down. There you go. Now we'll just lay it again back down in the same spot, let it be, and we'll do the numbers. So one of the fun things to do with the numbers, this is something that is really, I like, it's a neat idea. So when we were doing this as a class last year, somebody came up with the idea to make the number 25, which of course is Christmas Day, a different color than all the other numbers. So they chalked it in red instead of black, and everyone just thought that was such a brilliant idea, and everyone tried to copy that as well. And I just thought, oh, that's so awesome. I wouldn't have thought of that, which is why I love doing workshops and classes, because, you know, someone else is going to have a different idea from you that you're going to want to copy. And we can all learn from each other. So I really enjoy that. So let's do that this time. I'm going to go back to my red, and I'm going to chalk the number 25 in red. Okay. Time to peel and reveal the whole calendar. There we go. Let's see. There's a couple spots that didn't come out so clear, so I'm going to touch them up. I've got a trick for that as well. So here is my little silicone paintbrush, and I can go over any spots that didn't come out quite so clear and just fill them in with this. So this is a really easy fix. I filled in some of those Christmas letters that didn't come through quite as well. Then we will do the same thing with the black part of the numbers. Get just a little bit of paste on there, and then you can just touch it up any place where it didn't come out exactly how you like it. And I noticed I made a little mistake there. I went over the edge. Such a rookie move. All right, so I'll show you on the number 13, check that out, okay? You can see a couple spots missing there. So I obviously did not press hard enough in those spots to get the chalk paste all the way through the silkscreen. And I mean, this is one of the things when you're working with canvas. It is harder to press down. All right, so that's better. Now you can see that 13 is a little bit more filled in than before. So go through the whole thing, any spots like that. The other thing I like about this guy, so the little greenery here, it kind of had some little spots that looked like they could be berries or something. So what I'm going to do is use this and just dot a little bit of red or gold. You could do whichever. Just dot that in a couple of those spots and highlight that. And so you can do that once the first layer is dry. You can go over again with another layer of chalk paste. So I'm going to do a couple red and a couple gold. All right, so what do you think of that? Hopefully you guys can tell that I added those little details. All right, so now you could leave this just as is. You could maybe you could glue some rope around the edge, whatever you think looks good. I have an idea because I've always got a stash of other crafting things around, and I found this basket, and this canvas fits perfectly inside the basket. So I'm gonna make this into, I'm just gonna kind of dress this canvas up a little bit by putting it on here. And this is gonna be my advent calendar. So I'm gonna have to get my glue gun out again so that I can get this guy all glued in. And let him warm up. And then I've got some greenery here that I can add to it as well. And I've got a bow, and so you can use all your creativity for this. It doesn't just have to be like this. You can go wild and crazy and use your imagination. So while I'm waiting for my glue gun to heat up, I'm going to put away my chalk paste so I don't leave the lid on overnight, or lid off overnight again, and let all my paste dry out, because that is the worst when I do that. So today is the last day of the free shipping event on my website this weekend. So if you wanted to get in on free shipping, it's on orders of 150 Canadian or more. And shipping, we all know shipping is a pain in the butt. We don't like paying for shipping. I don't like paying for shipping. So this is a great weekend to take advantage of that. And if you are local and you want this advent calendar, just comment advent, and I've got a way to get you the free shipping locally if you're not spending 150, if you just want one or two. But this is a group project too. You can get 4 of these calendars and then 1 packet of the chalk paste, and like a 6-pack of the different colors. So you can get a pack of the chalk paste, 4 of these bundles, and then you can do a crafting night with your friends or your family or your group or your friends at work, and that will get you up to 150 Canadian so that you can get the free shipping added on there. And then that will come directly to your door. All right, so I'm gonna hot glue this baby in. If it's warm enough, maybe not quite. Nope, we've got to leave it. It's not hot enough for gluing that in. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3 project ideas that you can do with this bundle. And I've also done it on a fabric banner before. Another great idea is to use it on a metal cookie sheet. And again, your magnet, whatever magnet you have, is going to stick to that. That's a great option, and it's really cute. You can paint it. Go thrifting and get an old cookie sheet, paint it whatever color you want, and then you can chalk the advent calendar on there. So it's so versatile and reusable. I love it so much. And these guys I'm going to stick in the corner here with my little bow, and I love that I was able to get this green color to match the basket. So this is a little bit, you know, not your traditional colors, but I love it. It's really bright and cheerful. All right, this looks like it is hot enough now. So we'll get this glue on there. As fast as we can, hopefully without burning my fingers. All right, let's see if we can do this. Nope, not gonna work. My glue is not hot enough. I'm going to twist these guys in through the basket. And then we can pop this bow in the corner. I need some better hot glue, you guys. This stuff is not helping me out today. Need one of those heavy-duty glue guns that looks like a drill. That would be awesome. This is where the pliers come in. Okay. All right, we'll have to pretend that my glue is working. And just pretend that that bow's gonna stay there on its own. But you get the idea. So, lots of ways to use this transfer. It will be the bundle with the frame and the wreath, and the transfer is going to be available at the discounted price until November 6th. The free shipping only happens until the end of the day today. So if you need help with that, just comment Advent and I'll make sure that you get all the options and that you'll be able to do lots of happy crafting for Christmas. I hope you guys have a really great night. I will be on again soon. Have a great week, everyone.